This may be the most enjoyable story of the day here. The Oregonian, or Oregonian, however you pronounce that, I apologize, reports that 37-year-old Andrew Frey was allegedly high on crystal meth while he fought off more than a dozen police officers while publicly masturbating. Now, you want to talk about multitasking. This guy deserves an award for multitasking. Police were unable to subdue him with a taser. He just kept beating off and kept fighting off the cops. And it eventually took 15 officers to take him into custody. 15 officers! So this all happened in a restaurant. Frey was treated at a local hospital and then booked into county jail on charges of public indecency, theft of services, and resisting arrest. And, I mean, apart from the comical aspect of this, which is like, you almost want to say this guy is epic. Like, who does that? First of all, masturbating in public, I'm already like, well, that's a crime and that's illegal, that's wrong, you should go to jail, or obviously shouldn't be allowed to do that. But who does that? Like, who has the balls to do that? And then when you add in, like, fighting off the officers and being in a restaurant, like... And this isn't like a hallucinogen. Like, it wasn't like he was partying with Scooby-Doo and Daphne wanted to give him a BJ. No, he was crystal meth, so he's just really happy. Crystal meth releases dopamine, serotonin, it's a rush of like, oh, yeah, let's do this, oh. Big time upper, big time, like, euphoria, oh. But to think, his idea of euphoria, jacking off and punching police officers. I'm amazed by this. But in all seriousness, this goes to show you, and you guys know me, I'm in favor of legalizing all drugs as a matter of principle and as a matter of freedom. You should be able to put in your body whatever you want to put in your body as long as you're not hurting anybody else. But that certainly doesn't mean it's a good idea. Just because you're allowed to do something doesn't mean you should do it. And I mean, be honest, some drugs are just scary. And some drugs will push you into an early grave. Now, when it comes to crystal meth, which is what he was on, supposedly that releases like, 300 times the amount of dopamine and serotonin your brain can handle at once. So it's like the most insane high and rush ever. And you're just so uber happy, and then you just crash. And then like you're miserable for the rest of your life because you fucked up your receptors in your brain and you fucked up your dopamine and your serotonin levels. Which, by the way, is the problem. You ever seen a picture of somebody on crystal meth who've been taking it for a while? They look grotesque. Like they're 5 pounds and their faces are morphed into clay mounds of disgustingness, but they don't care how they look because they're so fucking happy because they're high all the time. But it's a scary drug, man. It'll put you into an early grave, literally. And then there's crocodile, which melts off your skin. You should never do that. There's bath salts, which people were fucking chewing each other's faces off and shit. Even though that story didn't actually... They said he wasn't on bath salts. I don't know if I believe it. But people still tweaking out on that shit. It's scary stuff, man. It's not okay. And this one isn't in the same category, the one I'm about to mention, but I'm still scared of them. I'm scared of hallucinogenics. I never want to see something that's not there. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of good people who have taken them. But either way, man, even though you should be legally allowed to take these drugs, my message is some of them you just shouldn't take, and some of them just be very, very careful.